Hey friends, happy Sunday! I just got back from the grocery store and y'all, it's probably the fastest grocery run I've ever done because it's about to storm and it never fails when, you know, I'm looking to just go and like leisurely get groceries, which is pretty much every week. Excuse me. It's about to storm. So I got everything this week from Aldi. Again, y'all know I love Aldi. So I wanted to show you what I got. I spent about $188 this week for an entire list of goodies, an entire list. So this was about what I got. All of that for $188. But I did kind of get some things that can kind of carry over into next week too. So that's kind of how I roll. Veggies. So I got 2 baby spinach and arugulas, organic. I love to keep these on hand because we use them in egg scrambles in the morning for breakfast. I use them for salad. I put them in different soups and literally almost every dish that we make. Maybe not every single one, but most dishes that we make have some spinach and arugula in them. I also got a bag of Brussel Sprouts. Now, these are kind of cool because you can microwave these in a bag. They're ready in 5 minutes is what it says on the package. However, I never cook them that way. I always slice them. I toss them in some avocado or olive oil, and then I either place them in a skillet and saute them that way, or I place them on a baking sheet and put them in the oven at 400 degrees and let them roast with some different spices. So however you want to cook those, you can do them both ways. So that's a good thing to know. I also got some French green beans. This just means that the stems are cut off of the sides. They do have the regular ones that have the stems on there, but I feel like these are just a little bit easier to go off of. Easier to cook, faster to cook, because you don't have to worry about getting all the stems off and all that jazz. A bag of Brussels, not Brussels, I did get Brussels, but these are asparagus. It says on the back that you can roast, saute, or boil these. Never. I despise soft asparagus. If it was up to me, asparagus would never be ruined by boiling it because it's soggy and it's just gross. Like, it doesn't taste good. I like roasted, charred asparagus. So we're gonna do some of that. Got some organic zucchini. I like to keep these on hand because for my stomach, it's better for me to do a lot more squash than it is for these other veggies. I pretty much am starting to get these veggies now for Trent instead of me because I have to really be careful with how much I eat of those because they don't digest well with me. If you've been around here long enough, you know about my stomach, and that's what I do. So these are great to have on hand. I put these in omelets, soups. I also put these in or on a baking sheet, slice them up, put a little seasoning, a little avocado or olive oil on top, and then just let them roast in the oven so they, you know, change some things up. You can also do, if you have a bigger zucchini, you can slice them, put a little bit of cheese and a couple of pepperonis or something on top, pop them in the oven, and they're like mini veggie pizzas. Just like a good little snack for kids if, you know, you want something healthy for them when they get home from school for snack or something like that. So I got those. A thing of just spinach. So I've got 2 arugula and spinach and then some just spinach because Trent likes to put these in on his shakes every morning. So he doesn't like the arugula because it gives a little different taste when it comes to shakes. So this is just for shakes. Those are for different things like omelets and things that I described earlier. 2 cartons of these deliciously healthy mushrooms. Now these were like $1.69 per carton, $1.69. They do have the cartons that are already pre-sliced, and those are just a little bit more. They're like $1.97 or something like that. And for me personally, I don't mind slicing my own mushrooms. Like, it's not that big of a deal. So if you want to, you know, spend the extra couple of cents or whatever to get them sliced, do that. But they had a lot more of these, and these looked fresher today than the sliced ones, so this is what I got. Sometimes you just work what you can find. All right, now I'm gonna lean into more of let's do the meat, what I have now for meat. Snacks, y'all know I love, Trent and I both love these different jerkies. He likes the peppered jerky, which, you know, it's basically just has really, really heavy hints of black pepper. We had plenty of those, so I didn't grab those. but I like the original, so I got 2 more of those so I can have those on hand for snacks. These are also really great to have on hand for if you get hungry after dinner, like later, right before you go to bed. A good protein source for bedtime snack. Really, really great. Love those. I keep these on hand because Trent eats bacon every morning, and every now and then I'll eat some bacon too, but usually on Saturday mornings is when we have our full cooked breakfast. These are never any, and they are no sugar. There's no sugar added to these or anything. No antibiotics, no hormones. They're vegetarian diet, which is kind of interesting. So it's pork, water, sea salt, less than 2% of cultured celery powder. That is all that's in these. So I like to keep these on hand because they're really good. They're also very hard to find. Like if you don't get them on the day that they put them out, they're probably gonna be gone until next week. So sometimes you kind of have to play around with when your store stocks stuff. Salmon, this Mediterranean salmon, it's Atlantic salmon, and it's portioned in pretty big slices. They're all different sizes in the store, but I get one that's pretty larger so that I can cut it in half after we cook it, or before we cook it, sometimes before. And then that way Trent and I can both have a portion of the salmon. And I like to do a Mediterranean salad with this. So it doesn't really matter what kind of greens you use, but I use mixed greens along with the spinach and arugula. And then we've got some feta cheese to go on top. I've got some chickpeas that I already have. I've got some small, what are those things called? Cucumbers that I like to slice up and dice up because they're tiny, so they're easier to slice up for salads. And then that's pretty much it. Really good source of fish and protein, some healthy fats in there. And then I love this apple chicken sausage. I haven't found it in my store lately because I don't know why. They usually just have the tomato basil lately, so I don't know what's going on with that. But the ingredients, there's a little more ingredients in here, but it's chicken, dried apples, brown sugar, apple juice, concentrate, 2% less of the following, which is salt, spices, which include paprika, dyed parsley, sugar, vinegar, natural flavors, celery powder. So, it's got a few more ingredients, but they're also still very, very good. And I like to slice these up and use them for either breakfast omelets, or I'll put them in with some zucchini, some Granny Smith apples, and maybe some spinach or something like that, and then use it as a scramble without eggs. So kind of like a breakfast, but not a breakfast dish kind of thing. So love these a lot. If you find those, grab them. They're great for breakfast and for dinner. So I feel like every single week I grab 2 of these because we use them so frequently. But it's 99% fat-free ground turkey. They do have the 93%, the 90%, and then I think the 85% lean. But this is as lean as you can get at the store at Aldi. So I get 2 of those. I also always get 2 packs of the organic free-range chicken breasts. And is it just me, or does everybody do this? So I found this one first. It was $7.76 for the pack, and this is 1.34 pounds. And I always go through every single one to see if I can get as close to this pound, as close to this amount of pounds, and as close as I can get to this amount of pounds. So I don't know why I try to like get the same number. Just something I do. It's kind of weird, but just something I do. All right, so there is all of the meat that I got. Now I'm gonna show you the salad dressings that I like to keep on hand. I showed you all these a couple of weeks ago. I made a post about them, so if you missed that, just scroll back through my Instagram, you'll find them. But this apple thyme is our favorite. Little Salad Bar is the brand, and I think, I could be wrong, but I think this is an Aldi exclusive brand. But the ingredients are non-GMO pressed canola oil, which is really not the best, but everything else is really good in it. So you've got apples, apple cider vinegar, water, honey, shallots, ground mustard, sea salt, garlic, thyme, and black pepper. So the only thing that I see within this that is not what I would want in here is canola oil, but there's so little of it that I'm not super concerned. And then this avocado ranch is so good on roasted sweet potatoes. So amazing. So this has a lot of different ingredients in it. It is not dairy free, so keep that in mind because it does have buttermilk and low-fat milk in it. but it's still a very good, healthier option to keep on hand in your freezer, or excuse me, in your fridge for lots of salads, or if you're like me, you like to put it on sweet potatoes. For lazy nights, you know, every now and then, we all have those lazy nights where we don't want to cook, right? I love to cook, but every now and then, just not in the mood, don't want to cook. So I like to keep these frozen cauliflower pizzas in the freezer, because you do keep them in the freezer. Now they do have quite a few ingredients, which is also not something that I really like to go by. You know, for lazier nights, this is a better option than going out and spending money, okay? So, like to do those. So I got 2 of those, because really just one pizza is 1 serving, and it's 230 calories per serving. There's only 4 grams of sugar in the entire cauliflower pizza. I also buy these organic blueberries, these fresh blueberries. I put these in my oats every morning, and Trent also likes to eat them just on the side with his breakfast. So I always buy at least 2 cartons of those, but now I've started to buy 4 because we both eat them every day. And we'll go through those 4 cartons in less than a week for the most part. All right, and then this was a new find this week. I know this is like a new trend kind of thing, and I really found it to be interesting. So we've got Parmesan, and then I also have cheddar, but they're cheese wraps. And Trent's snack of choice is either jerky or some type of like lean meat, and cheese or a yogurt. Now he's trying to stay a little farther away from a lot of dairy products like I am right now, but these are lactose free. They are gluten free as well. There's 1 carb and 11 grams of protein per sheet. So you're supposed to bring them to room temperature before you roll them up, but there's so many different ways that you could use these. It says you can make them into taco shells. That's kind of cool. You can put it over the top of like a frittata or something like that in a cast iron skillet, and then just let it melt in the oven. Also sounds like a really good idea. So I'm gonna experiment with these and see what I think. So I got the Parmesan and the cheddar. They had a ton of these, but I promise these will go fast. So if that's something you're interested in, run, don't walk to the store. I now buy every single week because Mr. Leslie is in the market of gaining weight to gain muscle. So he's in a bulking process right now. So he eats 2 of these hash browns every single morning along with his breakfast. And of course they're not the best thing in the world for you, but they're also not the best, but this is something that he uses to gain with, to have carbs, because it's always good to have some good complex carbs first thing in the morning, but this is just one of his carbs of choice. I always grab at least 2 cartons of these egg whites because we both do egg whites every day. So I have 2 cartons of those. And then another find, I think they've had these before, but their powerful drink is I think Powerful maybe is the brand, but they're chocolate flavored, 20 grams of protein, high protein, made with Greek yogurt. So I got Trent a couple of these to try because he's more into the Greek yogurt thing. So I got 4 of these for him to try. I went ahead and grabbed another bag of the almond flour. I'll be completely honest, Aldi's Aldi flour, it's Baker's Corner, which I'm pretty sure is their brand. It's gluten-free, keto-friendly, low-carb. But I'm not a fan of it because it just doesn't do the same as other almond flours do. So if you do buy this, I highly recommend you to put it, before you use it and mix it with anything, put it into a blender or a coffee grinder, which is my choice because it's smaller, easier to clean up, or into a food processor and grind it up and let it get a little more fine, because it's just not quite fine enough for my liking with my protein cookies. So if you like my protein cookies and you want to do them on a budget, grab you some of this. It's not the best, but you can make it the best by just grinding it up just a little bit more. Doesn't take a whole lot of time. Dave's Killer Bread is our favorite. I can't do this anymore because it's not gluten friendly, but Trent likes to do French toast, and he also has a couple of slices of toast sometimes in the morning just for added carbs. and then he uses them for lunch and just side things. So a really easy way to add some extra carbs into your diet if that's something you're lacking. You need carbs, friend. You need them. You need them. Don't take them out. You need them. Chicken bone broth. Also, all of this, by the way, was on my grocery list this week. I'm not just like shooting from the hip. I never shoot from the hip, and I highly recommend that you never shoot from the hip, because you'll never have everything that you need to make dinners, and then you're probably gonna end up going out. So this is just a sure way to make sure you save money, you cook at home, and you know what's in your food because you're cooking. So I've got some chicken bone broth. If you missed my post about bone broth or just broth in general, check that out. It's on my Instagram. Of organic diced tomatoes, because I am going to make I don't know if I'm gonna make it a soup yet. I'm still kind of in the process. I got everything to make it a soup or just make it a standard dish, so we'll see. And then I've got some organic creamy peanut butter. Trent likes to take this and the bread and have it for pre-workout snacks. He likes crunchy peanut butter. Sorry, TD, couldn't find crunchy peanut butter in organic at Aldi this week. So I'll probably have to go to Walmart and get that. And I always keep this tomato basil organic pasta sauce on hand, and the reason I like this one, they also have the marinara, just plain marinara, but I like the tomato basil because the ingredients are a little bit better than the marinara. So really good stuff there. I love it. Always have that on hand. I went ahead and grabbed another avocado oil because y'all know I love that. I'm running out of counter space here. I got some more raw blue agave organic. I like to get regular honey, especially local honey, but we haven't been to our local market in the past couple of weeks, and I need to make a trip to do that so that I can get some local honey, because it's always best to get honey from your local area, from bees that are pollinating in the air that you are breathing. Always best. And then I got some mild organic chunky salsa. This is what I was talking about when I said I was gonna do the tomatoes, the diced tomatoes with the salsa. I'm gonna make like a chicken soup with this, like a vegetable soup kind of thing, but also like a chicken chili kind of thing. So it's gonna be a mix between the two. So something like that. We also like to put this on eggs in the mornings. So very dual purpose there. And then the last two products that I got were sweet potatoes. So I got a bag of sweet potatoes. I won't show you those because you know what sweet potatoes look like. And then I also got 6 of these. They're core bars. Now they've had a ton of these at the store, at our store. And I always notice anytime you have fresh bars, like in the cold section, in the deli section of your Aldi, grab them because they go fast. You will probably not find them again. You just never know. I've never seen these at Aldi before, but I got 2 different kinds. So this one is the peanut butter chocolate. I actually ate one of these on the way home from the store. It was really, really good. It's kind of like a mixture between like an RX bar, but cold. But you know how RX bars are kind of like really sticky and chewy, to the point where you feel like you can't get it out of your teeth. So it's not like that. It's a lot softer than that, but they're really good. They're organic, non-GMO, they're gluten-free, they're certified vegan, and they're certified B Corporation. So really good stuff. Start every day caring for your core with a core bar. It's probiotic and prebiotics, fiber plus protein. So you've got pre and probiotics. It's 7 grams of fiber, 0 grams of sugar, and 7 grams of protein. So that is the peanut butter chocolate. And then this one is overnight oat bar, probiotic chilled for freshness. Same thing, 7 grams of fiber, 7 grams of protein, 0 grams of sugar. Really, really good. This one is 220 calories, the overnight oat. And then the chocolate, peanut butter chocolate is 220. So good thing. So I got 6 of those, 3 of each to try, and it turned out to be delicious. This is my grocery haul, and it's gonna last me about a week and a half with the 2 hungry humans that live in this house. So I hope you enjoyed this. I hope this helps you make your grocery list for this week. And if y'all enjoy things like this, please come back and let me know, because I will definitely do this more often. I'm gonna flip the camera really quick to show you everything as a whole, and then I'll see you soon. So that's about it.